So, I was giving my board exams. I was 16 when I first started showing symptoms of cough and fever. I went to the general practitioners. He prescribed some antibiotics and he told me that with few weeks of treatment you would be fine. I wasn't getting better, so he asked me to get a chest x-ray and told me that I have TB. He put me on TB medication. I took that treatment for a while, but I kept worsening day after day after day. That's when he told me that I need to see a chest physician because the medications, I don't know why, but aren't working. I went to the chest physician. He started me on antibiotics and he used to call me every week for the follow-up. I used to go to him, and what he did was he kept on changing antibiotics week after week after week because he didn't know which antibiotics were working, which weren't working. After a year of taking those medications and things getting worse, he asked me to get a DST done. When he saw the reports, he just held his hand over his head and he was like, you are resistant to most of the medicines. And I asked them, what does that mean? So he says that all these while the medicines you are taking were not working on you. And I said that it was quite frustrating to find this out because the medicines have horrible, horrible side effects. My vision was affected, my hearing was affected, I was coughing out blood, I couldn't move. So all this while I was taking these medicines, but they weren't having any effect on me. So he told us that you will need a surgery to get the affected part of your lung removed. We got the surgery done. Despite getting the surgery done, things weren't working. So during the first surgery what happened was that along with the upper part of my lung, little part of my lower lobe was also infected, but the surgeon did not remove it, thinking that I was too young to get the entire lung removed. And that was the mistake he made. My physician was supposed to be present during the surgery, but he went to take the delivery of his car, and his car then cost me my lung. So we changed the physician because I was getting worse day after day after day. And we went to renowned specialists in Mumbai, and all of them turned me away saying that nothing can be done now since your infection has spread so much and the medicines aren't working. We finally got an appointment of a renowned chest physician in Mumbai, and we went there with a lot of hope. When we went into his cabin, he saw all my reports and he dismissed it all, saying that, you're going to die. He looked at my parents and just asked them this, are you guys mad? And my parents were shocked and then they didn't know how to answer that. So I said, what happened? So he told them that why are you wasting your time and your money on your daughter when you know that she's going to die eventually? You should just fulfill all her wishes and then let her die peacefully. Hearing this, my mom and dad couldn't say much, but when we came out of the cabin, my mom just broke down. And all this while, my mom and my dad were the people leading this fight, and they were not giving up. And seeing them broke down, kind of something happened, and I just felt that now I need to do this for them. And I told my mom that no matter what the doctors are saying, no matter what the reports are saying, I promise you that I will survive this and I will come out of it. My mom just looked at me and she just said, maybe I was just saying this to console her. When I went back, I started looking for more information on TB on the internet and started writing out mail to random doctors all over the world asking for help and telling them that nobody is ready to do anything here in Mumbai, so can you help? A kind doctor replied back saying that if you want to come to UK and pursue the treatment, it would cost you a lot and we couldn't afford that. So he referred me to his friend in Hinduja Hospital, Dr. Zareed Udvadia. We went to him. He too saw my reports and said that this case is very difficult. I won't deny that, but I will try. We will try. Let's try this. And all this while, I was waiting to hear these very words from someone who could assure me that they are with me in this fight. Not just my family, but my doctor too. He started me on treatment. I took about 400 injections in those 6 years, and pain was a part of everyday life. But surviving was important for me because I wanted to do it for my parents. Um, the day of the surgery came. Before the surgery, my doctor told me that there are 99% of chances that you're going to die on that operation table. Do you still want to do the surgery? So I said, yes, of course I want to get the surgery done because I don't want to lead a life like this. I was bedridden. I needed my mom to bathe me, to feed me, and being an independent girl before and now to being a completely dependent on somebody else does take a toll on you. So I told him that, yes, I want the surgery done. It took 8 hours for him to get the surgery done. When he opened me up, he found out that the infection has spread and there's very little he can do. He wanted to just stitch me back up and just, let me be. But he remembered my words that I had told him before that, I do not want to lead a life like this. So he also showed some courage, and he finally operated on me. And he just said that, he told my parents that maybe, next time it will take months in ICU, and we cannot predict anything now. When I was in ICU, I saw my mother from that glass window, and I looked at her. She was just signaling and gesturing towards me and asking me if I was okay. And I just smiled and waved back and told her that I had promised you that I would be fine, and here I am today alive.